What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our Carolina Hurricanes franchise rebuild here in NHL 24. Today, we are going to finish the regular season as we've only got 2 games to play. We've got a matchup with the Blackhawks and then with the Blue Jackets. Carolina, of course, right there in the race for the President's Trophy, just 3 points behind the NHL leading New York Rangers. All right, and here we are at game 81. As we take on the Chicago Blackhawks. They are 8-2 in their last 10, finishing the year strong. They are 31-42-6. Let's see if our Hurricanes can take them down. And we do by a score of 4-0. We shut out the Blackhawks. And here we are at game 82, the final game of the season. And if we look at the standings, Carolina is currently 1 point behind the Rangers for the most in the NHL. So basically, if we win this game, we should have the President's Trophy. And not only is this for the President's Trophy, but also the #1 seed in the East. Over in the West, the Pacific leading Oilers have already clinched the best record in the West with 110 points. With just 2 games to go. So actually, technically, they could finish ahead of us. They have 2 games to go. If they win both of those, that's 4 points. They could finish with 114. The best we can hope for right now is 112. Let's find out what happens as we get this Blue Jackets game underway. And it looks like during the game, Michael Bunting has suffered an injury. He hurt his ribs and won't be returning for a couple of weeks. Good thing we called up Ryan Suzuki in the last video. So with that injury to Bunting, Seth Jarvis is going to move up to the second line. Nosen is going to move up to the third, and Suzuki is going to slot in on the fourth line with Jack Drury and Brendan Lemieux. This will be Suzuki's first time seeing NHL action in his young career, as he's been stuffed down at the AHL. Let's see if he can make the most of it in Bunting's absence. And that game is finished. That is the end of our regular season as we come away victorious 3-2 over the Columbus Blue Jackets. And as it stands right now, with us finishing up and the Rangers having already finished up, we are 1 point ahead of them and the #1 seed in the East. All we need now for the President's Trophy is the Oilers to lose their final 2 games, and that trophy will be ours. And officially, the NHL season has come to a close. And with the season finally finished, we take a look at how everybody finished out. Carolina, the #1 team in the league with 112 points. That's good enough for the President's Trophy. That is coming to Carolina for the first time in Hurricanes history. Now, of course, this isn't the best season the Hurricanes have ever had. Back in 21-22, they finished with 116 points with a record of 54-20. The Rangers will finish second in the NHL with 111, followed by the Edmonton Oilers, who indeed did lose their last 2, not gaining any ground on us. Toronto follows them up with 106, the Avalanche 104, they're tied with the Capitals at 104. Boston finishes with 103, Pittsburgh 101, the Dallas Stars 96. The Seattle Kraken are headed back to the playoffs for the second time in franchise history. They have 94 points. The Florida Panthers are headed back to the playoffs again for the second straight year. They had 94 points. Also tied with 94, the Vegas Golden Knights. The Tampa Bay Lightning also finished with 94. The Nashville Predators with 92 points. The Calgary Flames make it with 90 points. The St. Louis Blues, 89 points, good enough for a playoff spot in the West. And those teams that didn't quite make the playoffs, the Detroit Red Wings finish with 86 points. Ottawa finishes with 86 as well. The Kings, the Flyers, and the Coyotes all finish with 85. The Wild and the Devils finish with 83. The Ducks finish with 80. The Sharks 78. The Blue Jackets 73, along with the Buffalo Sabres. Winnipeg finishes with 72. The Islanders finish with 72, the Blackhawks with 70, and the Montreal Canadiens with 69. And the worst team in the league this year with 63 points, the Vancouver Canucks. Leading the league this year in goals scored, Carolina with 299. They're followed by Boston and Toronto. They averaged 3.65 per game. Goals against, Edmonton had excellent goaltending. They finished in first with 207, followed by the Rangers with 215, and our very own Hurricanes 223. That tied them with the Avalanche. They gave up a total of 2.72 per game. And no team was more dangerous on the power play than we were with 40 power play goals. Nobody had more power plays than we did with 134. However, our percentage did not lead the league. That was Toronto, who scored on 31% of their power plays. Carolina here in third with 29.9%. And nobody took more penalties than our Hurricanes with 139 on the season. We didn't have the best penalty kill, but we didn't have the worst. The best penalty kill this year went to the New York Rangers with 89.6. The worst penalty kill, the Florida Panthers. They finished the season with a 73.4%. Carolina finishes with a penalty kill of 78.4%. And nobody scored more shorthanded goals than the Senators. They finished the season with 7 shorties. Carolina finishes with 4. And let's take a look at league leaders. In points, the league was led by David Pastrnak. He finishes with 108. Fellow teammate Brad Marchand right behind him with 102. William Nylander finishes with 100. Alexander Ovechkin still getting it done at the age of 38. He finishes with 96 points. Kucherov gets it done with 94 points. Another ageless wonder, Sidney Crosby, 93 points. Speaking of ageless wonders, Patrick Kane, 92 points on the year. The youngster Kirill Kaprizov finishes with 91, and Evgeny Malkin finishes with 89. And for the 10th time in his career, Alexander Ovechkin leads the league in goals. He finishes with 53. And this is the first time he's done it since 2019-2020. In second place, Austin Matthews finishes with 50. Sidney Crosby finishes with 44. Pastrnak finishes with 44. Thomas Hertl finishes with 41. Kaprizov has 41. Kucherov has 40. He's tied with Kyle Connor with 40. And Malkin finishes with 39. Leading the league in assists this year, Mitch Marner finishes with 69. He's tied with Charlie McAvoy. Marchand finishes with 65. Panarin finishes with 64 along with Carlson and Pastrnak. Nylander finishes with 63. Mark Stone gets it done with 60. And so does Chris Letang. And of course it goes to say if you shoot the puck, you're going to score. Nobody shot and scored more than Ovechkin. He finishes the year with 376 shots on goal. Game winners this year, Andrei Svechnikov of the Carolina Hurricanes finishes with 11. And where Ovechkin makes his money, the power play. He leads the league in power play goals with 11. Couple of Hurricanes right behind him, Marty Necas with 9 and Svechnikov with 7. And of course, Ovechkin leads the league in power play points with 15. Shorthanded goals are awesome to see. These guys did it better than anybody. With 5 tied at 2 shorthanded goals, we've got Coleman, Monahan, Cousins, Pajot, Shabbat. All have 2 goals this year on the penalty kill. And leading everybody in shorthanded points, Shane Pinto of the Ottawa Senators. He had 4. You couldn't take these men off the ice. Leading the NHL in time on the ice per game, Brent Burns and Jacob Slavin of our Carolina Hurricanes averaged well over 26 minutes a night. And nobody dropped the gloves more than Jacob Middleton. Okay, and let's take a look at the Rooks. Leading the way, of course, Connor Bedard. Not a big surprise there. He finishes the year with 71 points. What an awesome rookie season. He leads all rookies in goals with 29 and leads all rookies in assists with 42. Bright young career ahead of this young man. And goaltenders, Frederik Andersen leads all goalies in wins with 45. Tristan Jarry right behind him with Stuart Skinner and Shesterkin all breaking 40. And nobody shut out their opponents more than Frederik Andersen. He shut the door 9 times. Unfortunately, we didn't have any goalie goals this year. However, these goaltenders were still able to contribute to the scoring. Philip Grubauer had 3 assists. Jake Allen also had 3. Ullmark had 3. Anderson had 3. Vasilevsky had 3. And Tristan Jarry had 3. A couple of rookie goalies saw some time this year. And Lucas Dostal had more games than anybody, winning 16, losing 21 with a 9 even save percentage and a 3.35 goals against. Not a bad year for the rookie. The Ducks might have a really good young player. And here's a look at how our Hurricanes finished the year. We are led in points by Marty Necas, who put up a career high 88 points, blasting past his previous high of 71. He also set career highs in assists with 54 and goals with 34. Right behind him, Andrei Svechnikov finishes with 87 points, also setting career highs in assists and goals. Right behind him, Sebastian Aho finishing with 76 points. Brent Burns finishes the year with 62. Michael Bunting finishes the year with 61, setting a career high in goals with 31. Teravainen has another good year as he finishes with 60 and ties his career high in goals with 23. Jesperi Kotkaniemi continues his breakout as he finishes the year with 53 points. That's a career high. He also finishes with career high in assists. Finishing the year with 46 points, Seth Jarvis. That is a career high. He also sets career highs in assists and goals. Our captain Jordan Staal finishes the year with 37 points. The 31-year-old Jordan Martinook sets a career high in points scored this year with 35. Also tying his career high in assists with 21. Excellent year there for Martinook. Jacob Slavin finishes the year with 33 points, setting a career high in goals with 10. Brett Pesce finishes right behind him with 30. That is good enough to tie his career high that he set in the previous year, and he also sets a new career high in goals with 12. Jesper Foss finishes this season with 26 points. Dmitry Orlov, the free agent defenseman brought in during the offseason, finishes his season with 26 points. Good year here for the D-man. Jalen Chatfield, he finishes with 22 points, which is a new career high for him. 14 assists and 8 goals are both career highs. Career year for the young defenseman. Jack Drury turned into a surprising goal scorer for us. He finishes the year with 21 points. Of course, that's a new career high for him. 7 assists, also a career high, and the 14 goals. Finishing the year with 21 points, Nosen. Good year for him. And a down year for Brady Shea as he finishes with only 14 points, 12 assists, 2 goals. And Brendan Lemieux finishes the season with 5 points, 3 goals, 2 assists. He was good in the games he played in. Nice to have somebody like that coming off the bench. Now a look at our goaltenders. Frederik Andersen led the way with 45 wins. That's a career high for the goaltender. A .918 save percentage and a 2.52 goals against. Very good year. He was backed up by veteran Antti Raanta, who had 9 wins, 8 losses, a .9 save percentage, and a 3.12 goals against. And here is a look at the playoff standings. We draw a first-round matchup against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Surprisingly, this is the second time we've faced them in the playoffs, the last time back in 2021, where the Carolina Hurricanes lost in the second round in 5 games, 1-4. So in our next video, we are going to get the playoffs started as we take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. That video will be out Monday with games 1 and 2. Right now, my idea is to do 2 games per episode to try to keep the playoffs moving. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have another way you'd like to see it done. So that's going to do it for this one. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you're excited to finally get some playoff hockey started here in the franchise. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.